Hey crafters, this is Paulette in Missouri, and I've got a lot of fun things to share and cover. I'm going to have to talk fast. I do a lot of couponing, and DominoDebbie.typepad.com has gone to all of the craft stores, Michael's, Joann's, and Hobby Lobby, and figured out what coupons each store will take. Some of it's a little bit confusing, but the most exciting thing is that Michael's will let you use 3 different coupons, theirs and 2 competitors. They could be 40% off, they could be 50% off. The cash register automatically adds that to the 3 most expensive items in your shopping cart. So I will post the link to that, and you can go there and do that. I also do the occasional dumpster dive, and that's where I got this mat board. It was out of a craft store dumpster. And maybe I'll talk a little bit about that maybe in another video. I don't have enough time to discuss it here. We'll talk about the etiquette of that. This is the Sizzix 3D canning jars. It's by Eileen Hull, and oh my gosh, aren't they precious? It was $39.99, but I got it at 40% off with my Hobby Lobby coupon. Super cute, and this mat board cuts really well. And so I'm very pleased with that dumpster dive find. I also saved money by doing the blog hopping, and I won some things from July's teaser time from My Favorite Things, and also Spellbinders' new release in July 2013. So let's run through these really quick. This one is called Super Ellipse, and it's these fabulous rounded rectangles, and as I was filming this, I was like, oh my gosh, these are just about a pumpkin shape. So I think that would be really fun to use them sideways as well. I also received font 1, uppercase and lowercase, and these are just beautiful. You can cut them flat or you can emboss them. I told them day 5 was absolutely perfect for me, and it really was. These are called sentiments, and oh my gosh, mom, dad, brother, sister, and then all of these lovely words. They cut and deboss the word at the same pass through the machine, which I think is brilliant. And then we have fascination, which is one of these very intricate dies where you fold all the little pieces over. I think this looks like pears in the center. I think that will be so fun for fall. I'm going to use this one as a snowflake for Christmas. I just think they are gorgeous. So thank you so much, Spellbinders. I appreciate that so much. I have a lot of Spellbinder dies, and they're just so versatile. They're a lot of fun. Well, let's run through My Favorite Things. What I did was, it's $75 worth of product. You get free shipping inside the United States, and you also acquire the free set for having spent $60, which I think is absolutely gracious. So thank you so much, My Favorite Things. I couldn't figure out the free shipping, but they credited me back for that. They're very sweet over there. This one is one of the a la modes. It's called Martinis on Me, and it is so much fun. These run $9. This is a Pure Innocence little girl. This one's called Make a Wish, and I just had to have it. They also run $9. This was the free set for the month of July. It's called You're Invited, and it's all these stamps to create an invitation. There's 3 stamp lines here, so you can stamp all of that. Your who, what's, whens, and wheres. Surprise, bridal, birthday, you're invited, party, shower, baby. Super fun. I did not look up a price on that. Then I had to have some dies. Here's the cornstalk, and these are so cute. I do a lot of hunting cards, and so I just think hunting, picnic, farm, super fun. This is 4 inches by 1 7/8 inches. It was $5.95. The paintbrushes were $8.95, and my son-in-law paints, so I had to have that. The large paintbrush is 3 inches long. The skinny one is a little bit longer than that. This Red Delicious apple is $14.95. You have to type in Red Delicious or you'll never find it. It is so cute. The apple is 3 by 3 without these other pieces, and I just think it is such a nice size. It's going to be so much fun to play with. This is the rolled flower die. It's $9.95. I'm going to use it in its flat state. You can roll it up, but that is just so tedious for my hands. And I have some other greenery and leaves. I could even use the leaves from this if I wanted to. This is the umbrella die. This die has so many possibilities. Oh my gosh. Is your head reeling yet? Mine sure was. This die ran $12.95. And it's 3x3 when it's all put together. Super cute. This is the Loopy Bloom die, and it runs $13.95. I ordered this because I thought that the design team had done this in felt last year around the holidays. But I could not get it to cut felt, period. It would cut the outside, but it would not cut the inside, and I ended up with a whole bunch of weird, funky stuff because the felt traveled when I sent it back through and sent it back through. So I probably need the metal shim. I don't have that. I just ordered a big order from Paper Tray Ink with my birthday monies this year. And I know I should have got the metal shim. But you know what I ended up doing was, I always say, oh, I'll get that later. And I ordered more stamp sets and more dies instead. So I really needed the metal shim. I'm going to have to get with somebody and find out why or how they got it to work. And some of the finish even came off on this felt because I shimmed it so tight and so hard. I cut it in my Big Shot Express, which is the electric Big Shot. I tried cutting it in my AccuCut machine and I could not. And I was afraid to shim up anymore. I jammed up my Big Shot Express. So there's absolutely no way I could shim up anymore. So I'll have to investigate the metal shim or get with somebody and find out how they got it to cut in felt. I did cut it just with some sewing scissors. You know, I got it to cut so far and then just folded it in half and cut the loops. It's a fabulous concept, and you can see how cute that is compared to the cardstock version. So I've got to figure out how to get it to do this. So anyway, super cute. Thank you so much, my favorite things. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're kicking. We're kicking on time. I talk way too much. Well, let's talk a little bit about dumpster diving etiquette. I've been getting this core board, and I think I'm going to make a stamp pad holder for all of my Stampin' Up! Pads. I don't know how I like that. I kind of like them in the drawer over here. I can just grab the stack I need. I've got them stacked like browns, blues, greens, yellows. And I like just pulling that out and getting them. I don't know. I may not want to stick them out and stick them back in an organizer thing. But there's lots of free video tutorials on this online, so I may try that. We'll just have to see. Something more shelf-like would be better for me, and then I could just stack them, and then I could pull the whole stacks out. But I've been getting this mat board, and this is typically a product that you see. It's around portraits that are in a wood frame with glass front, and it's a little bit denser, so I did have a little bit of trouble figuring out my sandwich to do this. I did the large jar on the impression plate, and then I did these inside an actual embossing folder. It was a little bit tricky, so I've made a separate video on that where I've actually show how I did it. And my machine, my Big Shot Express, jammed up during that video, so you can see how to unjam your machine. So let's talk a little bit about the dumpster diving. I was stopped by a police officer several years ago because I had been dumpster diving a little, it was called a Fred's. It's kind of like a Dollar General. It's about the same caliber quality of things, and I didn't intend to dumpster dive there, but they had some boxes, just, you know, regular shipping boxes on their dumpster, and I was getting Chinese takeout, and so I went to get those boxes because I needed to package some things up. There was so much stuff in this dumpster, you guys. It was lighted Christmas trees and clocks and little end tables and coffee tables. You know, you take them out of the box and you just put the screws in them. So much stuff. So I started visiting that dumpster. It was around the holidays. It was before Thanksgiving that year, and so I was going like every day to see what I could get because I live 5 minutes from there. So they reported me to the police department, and I had a police officer stop me, which always makes me really nervous because I follow the law to a T. And so I was like, oh my gosh, what have I done? What have I done? And he asked me, have you been visiting this dumpster? And I was like, oh, every day. I said, is it wrong? And he said, no. Once it goes in the dumpster, it is free game for whoever wants to retrieve it. But please go and talk to them because they think you're going to try to bring back these products and get cash for them because they're broken. And I said, oh my gosh, I would never ever do that. And I explained to him, I'm just a crafter. I'm just having fun and I'm decorating my home and, you know, repurposing and reusing these things. So I went in there and the lady denied that. Her take on it was that they thought I might get cut on glass and try to sue the store. Which leads me to my most recent dumpster diving to retrieve this mat board. The person at the craft store where I've been getting this came out and scowled at me, and I had doubled back to make sure I didn't leave my umbrella hanging on the side of the dumpster because that's how I hook things, is with the hook of my umbrella. And I felt really bad, so I went back over there and I said, are you unhappy with me? And the man said, well, yes, we don't want you in the dumpster. And I had been there too long that day, but there was this awesome wood thing. It was kind of a shelving, two-tiered shelving unit, and it has all these dividers that are about 2.5 inches apart, and it will be perfect to put 12 by 12 cardstock in. I don't know what it was originally for. It was labeled A to Z, and I've started painting it, but the flat spray paint blows in those little sections and blows right back out. So I've got to figure out a better way to paint it. And so I had to lean on the dumpster to pull it out because it was a huge item and it was in the bottom. And then I had to stand on it to get some of the little extra panels had fallen out. So I had to lean over and, you know, just almost stand on my head in the dumpster to get those little panels. But he said the same thing. We're afraid you're going to get cut on glass and try to sue the store because someone has done that recently to another store. And I told him I would never do that. And I am very careful. Their bags are very thin and you can see through them without going through them. That day, I got a bag, and these are large. I can't even tell you how many gallons these trash bags hold, maybe 20 gallons or something. And one of them was full of long stem silk tulips. I'm telling you, about 100 of these tulips, and they're $5 or $6 a stem is what they're priced. I have no idea why they just threw them away. And I don't care. They were free, and I'm going to share them with my daughter and my daughter-in-law, and we will put them in a beautiful vase on our table in the spring, and they will just be fabulous. So I have retrieved stamps out of this dumpster. I have retrieved paint and paintbrushes and gold finishes, and, you know, I'm not sure why they're throwing all this stuff away. It's almost like a lot of it is stuff that's landed on the floor and somebody was too lazy to pick it up. It's dusty and dirty like it's been living on the floor, and I just clean them off. I use a wet wipe or something and clean them up and put them in my craft room. There is etiquette, you know, if you're going to take something from your neighbor's dumpster, because, you know, if I drive by a dumpster and there's a cool wingback chair sitting outside or a wicker chair, I'm taking that home with me, and I'm going to paint it, and I'm going to sit it out in my yard or whatever. You need to go up and knock on the door and say, may I have this? You may need to do it at a business dumpster too. Obviously, I'm not going to do it on the sketchy side of town, and I am not going to do it where the dumpster's inside an enclosure. So, you know, you're just going to have to play that by ear and try to have proper dumpster etiquette, whatever that is. So, as usual, if you have any questions, be sure and let me know. And I hope you guys are having a great day and a great, you know, end of summer. School has started, but gas prices have fallen a little bit. We're still above $3 where I live, but it's much needed relief from that $4 a gallon that we were at just a couple months ago. So if you have any questions, give me a shout.